Something weird is happening with Tesla right now. This just came out, but the opposite actually seems to be happening, so let me go through it. Tesla says Elon Musk won his legal battle over his $56 billion pay package because shareholders voted for the compensation despite a judge rescinding it earlier this year, according to a court filing. The case, however, is not over yet, but we now also have this. Chancellor McCormick has decided to proceed with the oral arguments regarding the plaintiff's attorney fee petition and the defendant's objections on July 8th as scheduled without any regard to the Tesla stockholder vote of June 13th. So she has already decided to disregard the shareholder vote. But there seems to be some disagreement within the Tesla community. This is not at all what Alexandra Merz posted. Her post seems clear it's not proceeding to fee hearing. Last sentence of second paragraph, read it slowly 2 or 3 times if you have to. We will go forward with the July 8th, 2024 hearing on the plaintiff's fee petition and objections to that petition. Instructing the attorneys to ignore the shareholder vote in addressing the fee suggests she has decided to ignore the vote. This makes it easy for her to go straight to final judgment after ruling the vote is irrelevant. Alexandra, though, completely disagrees with this. She thinks that she just wants that hearing to be done. But this does make sense. It's really simple. If she rules the shareholder vote matters, the fee hearing is wasted time. This whole case has been wasted time. This goes against the basic court administrative principle of judicial economy. She has already decided to disregard our vote. So what do we do right now? We wait. It is really weird to disregard the shareholder vote, seemingly, but this judge created this whole case, which has been weird in itself. I want to look at Alexandra's case a bit deeper. So she says Chancellor McCormick granted in part Tesla's motion to vacate the current schedule in order to accommodate briefing on the legal effect of the June 13th Tesla shareholder ratification vote. Here are the dates. So today, Tesla's opening motion and brief will be presented. Then July 12th, plaintiff's answering brief. July 19th, defendant's reply brief. The judge instructed the parties to contact her to set a hearing on Tesla's ratification motion for late July or the first week in August. The word limit of the opening briefs will be 14,000, just as Tesla requested. The reply brief will have an 8,000 word limit, but McCormick will preserve the July 8th hearing date for plaintiff's petition for legal fees. Okay, let's take a look at the original source. Let's go through the whole thing because there are so many little details. Maybe we missed something here. This is really important stuff. If Elon Musk doesn't get his compensation plan, that's not good for Tesla. This letter addresses the defendant's June 20, 2024 motion to vacate the current schedule and order expedited briefing on the effect of the Tesla stockholders' June 13th, 2024 vote on this action. The motion is granted in part. Well, that definitely sounds good. The parties are ordered to brief the effect of the stockholder vote consistent with the expedited schedule that the defendants proposed and subject to the word limits set out in the rules. But basically, the hearing on July 8th on the plaintiff's fee petition and objections to that petition, that date will remain, and that will all happen still. Given that we will hold a separate oral argument devoted solely to the questions raised by the stockholder vote for the purposes of the July 8th hearing, the parties are instructed to argue the points at issue without regard to the stockholder vote. All arguments concerning the stockholder vote will be deemed preserved. Now, I am not a lawyer. Warren, though, was. This does seem quite strange that you would talk about fees first and only then after that is discussed and basically agreed on, I guess. Only then you talk about the shareholder vote. But then if you say, yeah, stockholders were right all along, this whole case should just collapse and these lawyers shouldn't be paid. But this is Kathleen McCormick we're talking about, who has been accused by Delaware itself of activism. And it wasn't one of these super close calls, or maybe she's not committing activism, or maybe she is. No, the vote was 34-7. Former Delaware Chancellor basically says, this is not okay because you're making the law, you're not just interpreting the law. Okay, that's enough weird news today for Tesla. Now let's move on to some good news. Tesla FSD V12.4.2 is expected to go to employees today, which was yesterday, but I haven't seen any reports of that yet. The article was based on Elon Musk saying build moves to internal testing tomorrow. He said it on Tuesday, and now it's Friday. But I was expecting a more wider internal release within Tesla this weekend, so technically Saturday or Sunday. Today is actually Elon Musk's birthday. From building great electric vehicles to launching reusable rockets, and now Starship, which will colonize Mars, to soon bringing us self-driving cars and allowing independent journalists on X. I think I speak for many of us that we seriously appreciate Elon Musk. This guy's like the Edison or Jobs of our time, but he's posting a lot of poop posts. For some reason, Elon Musk is laughing a lot today. Yesterday was a clear victory for memes. This is actually quite relevant to us Tesla stock investors, and I won't get into any politics except for what it means to us. So who won yesterday? Well, looking at the poll of CNN, it was the former president, quite clearly actually, and CNN leans left, so I certainly would trust that poll. The poll contained more information. It said that 57% of the debate watchers do not have confidence in the current president's ability to lead the country, while 44% said they had no confidence in former president's ability to lead the country. Remember, this is a CNN poll. So what does it mean for EVs and us Tesla stock investors? I am seeing quite a few left-leaning channels and publications that basically say something along the lines of this debate was an unmitigated disaster for the current president. And I believe this channel leans left. Look at this. You can bet money here on who you think is going to win, and the former president now is at 58%, so these odds went up by a little bit. His odds went from 45% to 33%. And there's Gavin Newsom. His odds now increased to 17% from 5%. So at this point, it does not seem likely at all the former president is going to win. I think that's extremely unlikely. Actually, I watched the whole debate. It was just not a good look. I think the former president's dream is that the current president does not get replaced by any other candidate because his chances of winning would just increase further. And what does that mean to EVs in the US? Well, possibly the EV tax credits being lower or completely removed. But the former president has been praising Elon Musk lately, so maybe there would be something that would make it so it's not as bad for Tesla. But the simplest way to really determine is it good for Tesla or not good for Tesla is just to look at what the stock is doing today, because the election odds are basically quite a bit clearer now, but the stock is not moving. It's flat. The big markets, NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500, these are basically flat. They're not moving, and Tesla is completely flat as I'm recording. In the meantime, let's take a look at some other EV makers. Lucid is down. Rivian is down. I mean, American EV automakers, and Rivian could be down because of that Volkswagen deal. It was on such a high that's why it could be going down. And we know that Rivian vehicles are eligible for at least partial tax credit. But in the case of Lucid, it doesn't qualify for the tax credits because their cars are too expensive. But overall, whoever gets elected, I'm not worried about Tesla. The most important thing right now is full self-driving, and that doesn't rely on any EV incentives. Toyota is planning to launch its first electrical car equipped with an advanced autonomous driving system similar to Tesla's full self-driving for the Chinese market next year. One of its Chinese joint ventures said, "I wish Toyota good luck trying to figure out software, which is not exactly its strength." Oh, we have some news here. Polestar, which by the way is not to be confused with any strippers. It's a car company. I know it's surprising, but it's the truth. Polestar said on Friday, after months of delays in turning in its financial reports, that its 2023 revenue fell and its losses widened as it grappled with slowing demand for its higher-priced models. And here's the really bad news. The company reported a gross loss of $414 million for the year, compared with a gross profit of $98 million a year earlier. And so, like a stripper on a pole, the stock is diving down. Cybertruck owners who were not able to get PowerShare are getting an additional $1,800, so that's good for them. That's a way for you to save on your Cybertruck if you want one. Here's the full email from Tesla. Now, this is a bombshell I am not a fan of. A 250 kilogram, about 500 pound World War II bomb was found at Tesla Gigafactory Berlin. So the bomb was found at the site of Tesla's planned expansion of Gigafactory Berlin. It will have to be detonated. As a precaution, Tesla will have to shut down Gigafactory Berlin this weekend. The protesters who are occupying the forest have been notified. Officials said it's their responsibility to leave. I have lots of things to take care of today, so that will be it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you back tomorrow.